The United Arab Emirates has decided to move away from using the United States dollar in its oil trade transactions. This strategic shift is primarily aimed at serving their economic interests. The US dollar's strength has been largely attributed to the global oil trade, which is predominantly transacted in dollars. However, this new trend signals a declining dollar that gradually dying, and we can all see it. How will the dollar survive if the main countries relying on the dollar is moving away to other currencies? This is significantly bad for the dollar. China is stepping up its campaign against the dollar, and they seem to be winning the war on de-dollarization. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. The UAE's decision should not come as a surprise, especially since the country was invited earlier this year, in August, to become a member of the BRICS group. This membership will officially begin on January 1, 2024. What is surprising, however, is the rapid pace at which the UAE has aligned itself with the BRICS bloc's objectives, particularly its efforts to encourage de-dollarization globally. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. BRICS, an economic alliance, has managed to establish itself in a manner that many Western nations did not anticipate. This oversight may be due to a certain complacency in the West, where there has been a tendency to underestimate the potential of what were once considered fragmented developing nations. The UAE's move to abandon the US dollar in its oil dealings presents a direct challenge to the dollar's hegemony. This move is sensitive, not only because it sets a precedent for other resource-rich countries worldwide, but also because it affects Middle Eastern alliances that the United States is keen to maintain. Even those skeptical of BRICS acknowledge the strategic importance of its focus on natural resources. This focus gives the BRICS bloc significant potential, as these countries aim to control a considerable portion of global natural resources. Such control would not only satisfy their manufacturing and consumption needs at lower costs, but also provide them with increased leverage over nations outside the economic alliance. Effective January 1, 2024, BRICS members will control about 41% of the global crude oil output, with significant contributions from Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Iran. This is alarming news for the dollar, especially considering Saudi Arabia's agreement to trade oil in Chinese yuan with China, the world's largest oil importer. Now, with the UAE indicating its intention to move away from the dollar in oil sales, a major shift is underway that will likely weaken the dollar's demand over time. It is also crucial to view this development in the context of OPEC nations. For instance, Iraq's central bank plans to cease US dollar cash withdrawals and all transactions in dollars starting January 1, 2024. This emerging trend, unfortunately, still receives minimal attention from the media in the US. Reportedly, the UAE is exploring potential oil and gas deals with around 15 countries, including BRICS members like Egypt, Russia, and China, who are eager to move away from dollar transactions. The timing of the UAE's announcement is likely strategic, coinciding with their plans to increase their Murban crude oil exports. Murban crude, Abu Dhabi's flagship crude oil, is expected to be sold on international markets, but not in US dollars. The impact of this shift away from the dollar cannot be overstated. For perspective, the UAE produces an average of 3.2 million barrels of petroleum and other liquids per day, and holds the world's 7th largest proven reserves of natural gas, totaling over 215 trillion cubic feet. The decision to prioritize local currency over the US dollar is a significant and potentially trend-setting move. This decision underscores the UAE's recognition of the need to position itself advantageously for economic opportunities both in the West and the East. The move away from the dollar in oil trades is significant, potentially weakening the demand for the petrodollar over time and setting a precedent for other nations to prioritize local currencies. As more countries join the BRICS bloc, similar decisions are likely to become more frequent. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. The implications of the UAE's decision to abandon the US dollar in its oil trade. It's crucial to understand the broader geopolitical and economic context. This move is more than a mere shift in currency preference. It's a signal of changing global economic dynamics, where emerging markets and developing nations are increasingly asserting their influence. The BRICS bloc, consisting of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has been steadily gaining momentum as a counterweight to traditional Western economic dominance. The inclusion of countries like the UAE into this fold marks a significant expansion of their influence, particularly in the realm of natural resources. The strategic importance of this expansion cannot be overstated, as it potentially alters the balance of economic power on a global scale. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. For decades, the petrodollar system has been a cornerstone of global finance. Instituted in the 1970s, this system established the US dollar as the primary currency for global oil transactions. This arrangement not only solidified the dollar status as the world's reserve currency, but also ensured a consistent demand for it. However, the recent moves by the UAE and other OPEC nations suggest a gradual but decisive shift away from this system. The implications for the US economy and the dollar status are profound. The petrodollar system has historically provided the United States with significant economic advantages, including the ability to run large trade deficits without facing the same economic consequences as other countries. A decline in the global demand for the dollar could lead to a range of outcomes, from increased inflationary pressures within the U.S. to a potential reevaluation of the dollar's role in international finance. Moreover, the UAE decision reflects a broader trend of de-dollarization, where countries are seeking to reduce their reliance on the U.S. dollar in international trade and reserves. This trend is partly driven by geopolitical considerations, as countries like Russia and China aim to diminish U.S. economic influence and avoid potential sanctions. However, it's also a response to a changing global economic landscape, where emerging markets are seeking greater autonomy and control over their economic destinies. The move towards local currencies and bilateral trade agreements in local currencies is another aspect of this trend. By conducting trade in their own currencies, countries can potentially reduce their exposure to exchange rate fluctuations and enhance their monetary sovereignty. This is particularly appealing to countries with significant natural resources, like the UAE, as it allows them greater control over the pricing and sale of these resources. However, the transition away from the dollar-dominated system will not be without challenges. The dollar's role as the global reserve currency is deeply entrenched, supported by the vast size and liquidity of U.S. financial markets, as well as the relative stability and trust in the U.S. economy and its institutions. Therefore, while the current trends indicate a gradual shift away from the dollar, a complete overhaul of the global financial system is unlikely in the short term. Furthermore, for countries like the UAE and others in the BRICS bloc, the move away from the dollar also presents risks. These include potential volatility in bilateral trade agreements, challenges in establishing new pricing benchmarks for commodities like oil, and the risk of retaliatory economic measures from the United States and its allies. The UAE's decision to ditch the dollar in its oil transactions is a significant development with far-reaching implications. It represents a growing trend of de-dollarization and signals a shift in the global economic balance of power. While the full impact of this move will unfold over time, it is clear that the global economic landscape is evolving, with emerging markets and developing nations playing an increasingly prominent role. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.